Hello and welcome everybody to Feature Friday. Hi, I'm Jackie Kwan, co-founder of Uplifter, and today with me is Kermit the, sorry.
I can't do the Kermit the Frog voice. I was hoping.
Yeah, I
What
was
does he
really
sound
hoping
like?
you'd do it too. Garrett Trott, our product expert. How you doing, Garrett?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
The sun is shining, the breeze is blowing. I figured we could just hang out and talk today.
Absolutely. That's what we do most days, so that's perfect.
Just show everybody what it is that we do every day. Just hang out, talk, have coffee. Do you want a latte? Can I make you a latte? Today we are talking about fees. So we're actually going to be talking about adding an admin fee to various invoices. We know that given that we are in a bit of a crazy time, a lot of clubs have had to alter the way that they actually complete business, do business, take registrations. And more clubs are really wanting to take credit card payments so that they can limit the interaction, as it were, increase social distancing, and be able to do everything sort of in a no-touch manner. But one of the challenges with taking credit cards is, well, Visa and MasterCard and all those credit card acquirers, they want their fees. And it's hard for clubs, especially in this day and age, to sort of swallow those fees and take that as part of their administrative costs. So a lot of times we suggest to a lot of our clubs to create an additional administrative fee onto all of your invoices to cover off any of the fees or offset those fees that you would have incurred by taking credit card payments or any other electronic payments. So this seems to be a bit of a hot button topic. So today, Garrett is actually going to show us how to do, you are showing us how to do that.
Thought it
Yes?
was you. Yeah, no, I don't.
No.
But yes, absolutely.
That's your mouse. Your mouse.
Is this me? I don't know.
Yeah, that is you.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jackie. Yes, we are going to be taking a look at admin fees, convenience fees, whatever you want to call them. These are all going to be created in your site through the admin side of the system. So we are going to pop over to products and programs, products and subscriptions. And on this page, we can now create a new fee using the add new option from the toolbar here. And we can name this whatever we'd like. Perhaps we'll just use the basic term admin fee, but you can of course use whatever sort of terminology or name that you'd like here. So we're going to enter in the basic information for the SKU, for the summary, for the description, however you guys would like to present that. And we are also going to set this to apply on a per account basis because we really only want this admin fee to apply once, and it's not once per person on the invoice. Now, you might want to do that, but in this case, we're not going to do that. So just once per invoice here. And down in the payment section here, we can specify the amount that we want this admin fee to be. Now, if you want to, you can specify a solid dollar value, but you can also utilize the percentage fee on subtotal. And this is a great way to compensate very fairly for the costs that your organization is seeing from Bambora, from Uplifter, what have you. And this way you can control that exact percentage or increase it a little bit beyond that exact percentage. Maybe you want to do 3% or 5%, what have you. And in this,
I was just going to suggest, make sure that when you actually do this calculation, that you take into effect, oh, I'm going to do like math things. Should I talk about math things?
everyone likes math.
I know.
Okay.
So you'll want to round up is all I'm going to say. So whatever that fee it is that you've negotiated with your Bambora account or any credit card account or any of the other fees that you might be collecting, round up a little bit, because what will happen is that those fees will then be calculated on the final total of the invoice, which will include this fee. So it won't be taken and directly sent to, apply to Bambora or whatnot. So if you whatever that fee is, add 0.1%. If you want to do the math and work backwards, you can find out exactly what that is and calculate it to the nearest 3 places of your decimals. But yeah, round up a little bit just to make sure you cover off all your costs if that's a concern for your club.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you very much. So yeah, you can round up and to whatever percentile you'd like, or again, as noted, you can just do a solid dollar value, and you could technically do this together. So if you wanted to, you could do like a per instance fee of say 15 or 10 cents or what have you, and then the percentile fee as well. So you can actually use these in concert with each other. Now, with those two elements applied, there is one final thing we need to do. We need to make this admin fee a subscription, and we can do this by checking off this product as a subscription. And now we get a few additional tools or settings that we can apply. The first being the duration of the subscription. Now, the duration for your admin fee, in my recommendation, would be none. By having an admin fee with a duration of none, what you'll see is that each invoice that is generated, an admin fee is applied. And that's very handy when you're talking about recouping or reconciling with fees that you're seeing from the system that also charge on the per invoice basis or per transaction basis, because this way you can make sure that it applies for each and every invoice that gets generated. So even if I, as a user, come and register on Monday for something and then come again on Wednesday to register my other kid, I'll see two instances of this admin fee, which is most likely how you want that to work out. Alternatively, if you did want a different option here, there are start and end date and effective durations. We won't actually be looking at that today because our recommendation would be a duration of none. Next, you want to make sure that this is a mandatory subscription so they can't remove it from their invoice. It's not a suggestion, it's sort of you're forcing their hand a little bit. Beyond that, you also want to have this checked off, but you don't want to have anything in the tag filters. Now, generally speaking, admin fees should apply to absolutely everybody, so you don't want to sort of filter that out. But if there are administrative fees that are unique to certain participants or certain categories of participants, you could technically use these filters to ensure that it applies only where and when you want it to. Now, beyond that, we are ready to go and we can click Save. Now, it's very often the case that users want to, or administrators want to use admin fees for the purposes of compensating for Bambora or other credit card system fees. Now, presently, Uplifter doesn't offer the ability to apply payment method-based fees. What that means is that if someone comes to your club and pays by check or pays by credit card, the system is not able to differentiate those two things. And so what you'll want to do is generate an administrative fee that has the cost that you want to apply. And I just realized I didn't actually specify a cost, did I? So we're going to do $10. There we go. So you'll want to set an administrative fee at the price range that you know or you feel is acceptable to apply to all users. Now, that's generally how most organizations will do it. They'll create an admin fee, it applies to everybody, and that's that. However, if you do want to take it upon yourself to remove the administrative fee when users opt to pay offline, you certainly can. Now, in that particular instance, what would need to happen is a user would register for a class or a program, what have you. And when they do so, the fee is going to be applied to their invoice. Oh, I had canceled, didn't I? That's what you get for talking while you're while you're doing things. So the fee would apply to their invoice, as we'll see here. We've got our admin fee. Now, as I progress through this, I'll have the option of choosing how I want to pay, and maybe I'm going to come in person and pay by cash instead of credit card. And because of that, maybe your club doesn't want the admin fee to apply. What'll happen in this particular instance is when this user comes in to actually pay their invoice of $317.50, your administrative team can navigate to accounting, invoices, and you'll find the invoice that they're coming in to pay for. You want to edit that invoice and scroll down till you find the admin fee. And all you need to do is click delete. And now the system will update to $307.50, and you can make the changes to the owing balance as well and perform any updates with regards to what they've actually paid for this, what they've come in to pay for. Once you're happy, once you're happy with that, just click post and it's saved. Go ahead, Jackie.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, one of the things is, the fact is that when you are actually taking offline payments or payments in another method, you're going to have to edit this invoice anyways, because you're going to be collecting the payment and marking your payment as paid. So you certainly don't need to do this immediately. If somebody's coming in with the check and you've told them just omit the transaction fee or the admin fee that's attached to the invoice when sending your payment, or you've accepted the payment, you can certainly certainly do all of that at the same time that you've actually received the payment, mark your payment as paid. You're going to be manipulating that invoice anyways to manage the acceptance of the payment. Might as well do that all at the same time. But that is completely up to you as an organization and as administrators if you want to keep that clean and update that immediately so the members can actually see that when they actually do write their check or send their payment in another method. You can do that immediately so that the members do see that. So lots of different options in terms of creating admin fees and percentage fees. Just sharing a little bit of knowledge that we have from some of our other clubs. Definitely a lot of clubs that are finding a little bit of a cash crunch with COVID. They've been adding, a 3% credit card fee, credit card convenience fee, and this is not abnormal to introduce. Like, I don't think you as clubs should feel bad for having to introduce these fees. Seeing a lot of businesses that are adding COVID fees now or other convenience fees that because the cost of doing business has now increased. So this is certainly something that that is becoming a little bit more widely acceptable now. And if you need to save some money on your side as a club, this is definitely a way to do it. So Garrett, did you have other things to go over? Did I just jump right in and
No, that was
steal your
perfect.
thunder?
You always do. No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you want to talk about now? We have like time. Do you want to talk about your lunch?
It was delicious.
What,
No,
oh, okay.
I don't have anything else to talk about. That was everything. So we just wanted to make sure that you guys had the resources available and the understanding to introduce this into your system so that you can compensate for the new cost of business, as Jackie says there. So if you do have questions or concerns, reach out to us anytime, support@uplifterinc.com. We'll also be having this video uploaded to our YouTube as always, and Feature Fridays happens every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Facebook.
No, aren't we doing them on a different day next week?
No, we're not. Oh, are we? I don't know. You're messing with me.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. And as well, if you are a club and you know another club that would like to use Uplifter or could use online registration, definitely our Refer and Save plan. And especially now because we do have our Uplifter Lite plan, which is absolutely free. That we don't charge a thing. The only thing that you have to pay for is the credit card charges. You can use that if you use the admin fee function. The costs of using Uplifter and your merchant account will literally cost you nothing. It will just be charged back to your members, and so you have nothing to lose. And if you do refer some clubs, you'll be able to receive $10 off a month for 6 months off of your club fees that we charge to you from Uplifter. Have a great weekend, everybody, and thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, as always, support@uplifterinc.com.
Thank you. Take care.